Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to our Happy Friday show. Hey everybody, thank you for being here with us. It's a kind of a dreary day here in Minnesota. It's not cold, but it's rainy and kind of dark. We're going to pretend that it's sunny and warm. I mean, somewhere, wherever you are, it must be, right? Make sure you put your name and where you're tuning in from in the comments. And keep commenting throughout the show because we pick a live winner from all of your comments every show that can win a $25 gift card. So keep commenting. Of course, it's Friday, so we have a cocktail of the day. The theme for May is strawberries. So I kind of imagined this beautiful, sunny, hot day. Not so much here, but some of you probably have it. So today we are sipping on a strawberry banana daiquiri. I love daiquiris. I'm not much for frozen drinks. Mr. HP loves frozen drinks.
Delicious.
But I will have one every once in a while, especially if it's hot and I'm on a beach. But I don't, as many of you know, don't like a whole lot of sweet. So this is mostly just the fruit. Make sure you notice that in that recipe, it makes 2. So it's a lot. Some frozen strawberries, regular banana. Of course, you got to have rum. I did make my own strawberry liqueur, so I put that in there. But if you don't have it, no big deal. Just put some orange liqueur, some lime juice. And if you want more sweetness, put some agave in there. You don't have to. And you just blend it all up. Simple, fast, and delicious, isn't it? Cheers.
Cheers. Happy Friday.
So, don't tell anybody, but he's on his second.
You told everybody.
It was so good. So he sucks it down like a smoothie. So
this is a virgin, right?
It is a virgin. It's not. Anyways, it's Great Friday. I am still kind of reeling from my awesome last weekend seeing my grandson. So I've had a smile on this whole week. But it's been a busy week at GE, making some changes in the warehouse. So most of the hard labor goes on him and the other workers. So they're making things really nice, putting in some new equipment, and very exciting stuff. We also have, next week, we have our last project of Fast and Furious Club coming up. So that's why I thought it was important to share our April project. So normally we do a little slideshow. However, I think because our pyramid toppers that were our project for April, they kind of got lost in, where are my pyramid toppers? They're here somewhere. They got lost in our strip-along. So a lot of you maybe haven't gotten to them yet, haven't made them yet, and so many of you have not posted them yet. So there's not a lot, but I figured let's just still do like a short little slideshow with some of your amazing pyramid toppers. I know there's going to be more, so maybe we'll do a full-on Fast and Furious slideshow sometime this summer. But this one, here's all the great toppers that you've already made. They're all amazing, and of course I know there's going to be some more made. Those of you that have finished it have all said they were easier than they thought. The binding is really easier than you think, and they're a quick little gift and very unique to give away. Something that's different from anything else. All right, so I showed you the Amelie quilt, the one hanging behind me on Tuesday. I am so in love with this quilt. It's so funny. There are people that look at it and it's like, what pattern is that? And they do not make the connection between it being an Amelie quilt just because how I color blocked the blocks and laid it out. So I decided to hang it up again because a lot of you wanted to see more. I've got questions about what kind of thread I used. I actually used a yellow thread, kind of a little bit dark, like a honey colored thread. And the pattern that I used for Gertie is called Coral. It's by Urban Elements, my favorite, and it's kind of cool because it's like interlocks, so it creates a nice texture on that pattern. And it's just so cool. The yellow or the yellowish greenish color is a speckled fabric. It's called Speckled Sunshine. So it really stands out from those neutrals. I really love how it looks and how it turned out. So we did a little bit of photo shoot yesterday. Was it yesterday? No, 2 days ago. It was beautiful out, and so we took it outside and took some beautiful photos. Paula got some great photos of it, and you can kind of see it in full. How it's cool. You know, so I did all the light fabrics, 2 rows in the middle, and then I did just all the grays, the next row over, and then the outer vertical rows are made with the black fabrics. But they kind of mix together because there's so much white in the fabrics like I talked about on Tuesday. But this is a great way to play with any pattern. You know, when you build the Amelie blocks, you kind of sew them, you cut them apart, and you sew them back together. And, you know, I talk about mixing up all the colors, but you can kind of mix them however you want and maybe make some color blocking decisions. So it just gives it a whole different look and a different layer. So I love it, love it, love it. And also, we talked a lot about the Grab and Go Tote this last Tuesday. So I was, of course, asked because the Grab and Go Tote pattern that is brand new out now used to be it was first published in my book called Fast and Furious Family, which is now out of print and discontinued. However, many of you have that book and wanted to use that to make the tote, and you did when we did our sew along last year. And so with the pattern, I adjusted the size just a tiny bit to make it a bit smaller, just so that you can use 1 yard for the lining. Because we, of course, sell 1 yards, and it's just kind of a hassle to need 1 1/8 yards. So I just made it a tiny bit smaller. And just for you guys, all of you asking, I made an adjustment sheet. So those of you that have the book and want to use that, you can still just make the little adjustment cuts. So this sheet you can find on the website under bonus charts and templates. Always where you can find any kind of charts, bonus charts and templates. And so it kind of shows you, takes you through. There's just a couple of things that you cut differently, and then there's a couple of steps that you just adjust a tiny little bit. So the adjustment is here. I also included on the bottom, and those of you that are maybe have not been following us for a while, but a short time, we did a sew along with the Grab and Go tote bag. So where I took you through all the steps and gave you some extra tips and stuff last year, and those were Tipsy Tuesday episodes, number 61 and 62. So I actually just put it on the sheet so you can find it. So to find our previous Tipsy Tuesday episodes, go to our website and go to videos, and then there's a drop-down menu where you can choose Tipsy Tuesday, and there you will find all the episodes. You know, they're numbered, and they also have a little description of what is in them. So go find that, and you can watch, kind of get extra tips and step-throughs if you want to make the bag. And it's so easy, really, truly. It's quilt as you go, so it's really fast, and you get it done. Anybody can make this bag, especially with the videos. So one of the things that I loved using, one of the tools that I used in the videos and I showed you, taught you about, because if you want to do it with the coated fabric on the bottom, are the Sew Tights magnets. So because you don't want to pin the coated fabrics or the laminates because you're going to puncture them. So these are little magnets that you can put on each side, and it works like a pin, but it just magnetically holds things together. So they're really great. We have them in stock. There's like a pack of 5, I believe. So these just kind of stay like this in a chunk, and I can grab them and use them for all kinds of little things. If you like to make bags or zipper bags, anything like that, it's sometimes when you can't really pin, or you have to pin a lot and end up poking yourself. It's really, really great. So go to the website, find the sheet, print it out if you have the book. If you don't have the pattern, of course, if you have the pattern, you don't need it at all. But it's only if you have the book and want to adjust. We did get the bags. I told you. Nancy made a couple of bags out of the new laminates or the new coated fabrics that we have, and they just turned out so awesome. So I wanted to show you. This is the Sunday Stroll coated fabric, so it's kind of a darker navy with the floral. And then I picked the Pamper bundle to do the squares. And also the handle and the binding is from one of the fabrics in the bundle. I love it. It's very girly. And for the lining, we did the plaid. Actually, it's a London plaid, but it works really well with the bundle. I love kind of the textures of a plaid in there. And, it's really great to put a lighter lining or something with color other than black, because it's easier to find stuff in there. Have you ever had a bag or a purse with black lining and you can't find anything in there? Because it's just all flows together. So this is one version, and if you hadn't seen, I'll show you the bundle. So this is the plaid that we used for the lining, is the London diagonal plaid for the lining. And then the Pamper bundle is right here. It's got all these fun girly things, and I just think it works really well with this one. It's just so cute. And just picked out one of the reds to use. I did the lips for the handles and the binding. So you only need a ½ yard, so anything from a bundle will work. So that's this one. And then the other one is made with one of the illustrations coated fabric, so the black background with the big white flowers, and just used the bundle from the illustrations bundle for the squares. We also have charm packs still in stock from that, and then I just chose black for the handles and the binding just so it's kind of like a sharp contrast, and it's just a spectrostatic black. And then for the lining, you can kind of pop it with any kind of color, but since this was kind of neutral, I thought the blue camo works awesome. I love the camos for lining. It's so on trend, and like young kids would love these. So this is the camo that I used for the line, or Nancy used for the lining, and that I picked for the lining. We have that in pink and also in the green, army green. So cool. And we've been talking about these totes and how useful they are. I've said I've had these for years, since I think the family book came out, I want to say 2008, 9, 10 maybe, I don't know. It's been a long time, and I've had these. I had about 5 of them in rotation all the time. They're in use all the time for what I do, but in the trunk, it was great for the trunk, for shopping, for lugging stuff around. But we were just talking, so some of our boys that work for us, young men I should say, they were eyeing these like, this is great to haul my stuff around. So I thought, for kids going to college, it's great to haul stuff around, to take to school, and haul their laundry or whatever they need to haul back and forth with a coated bottom. No matter where they go to school, if it's sand they need to put it in, or snow, or wetness, anything, it will kind of stay protected. So I think that's a great kind of going off to college kind of a gift. Graduation gifts. Even though those graduations are coming up fast. But I think we might have to have a sewing session with some of the boys at GE making totes. Yeah. Maybe we need to start with something a little simpler, but
a little hard project.
Yeah, it's a little bit hard, but it's
not
not hard for anybody that's sewn before. But if you've not done anything before, maybe not start there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. All right. So, any questions on any of these things? Let me know. Throw them out in the comments. Somebody said, I've been wondering about making one without the long handles. You can totally leave those off if you want to. I like the long handles because I can pop it over my shoulder. And I love the short handles too, to hold it kind of like a box too. So I love to have both, and they are easy to do. Very easy to do, especially if you watch the sew along video. I showed you a really cool, easy way to turn those handles. So make sure you check that out. All right, is the entire outside of the grab and go bag made from the laminate? No. So only the bottom of it, of the bag, and then up to here. So you see where that fabric ends? This is all made from, you can use charm packs, 5-inch squares, or cut your own fabric for that. So that scrappiness is, that's not laminated or coated. And you don't need to use coated fabric. The one hanging on the cabinet on the side is, actually has the linen canvas fabric in the bottom. So you could do either way. You can just use regular fabric as well. The price of the pattern is $10. The individual pattern is $10. We have it both in PDF and in printed. So, okay, is the pattern multi-size? No, just the one size for the tote. Just the big size. All right. Beach bag. That's a great idea. Don't they get really heavy when filled? Well, that depends on what you put in it. Yes, they do get heavy, but they hold up. Like, we fill them with all the stuff. I carry the fabric back and forth from the warehouse, and you don't want to overfill it. I filled them with quilts, and so as you know, quilts are pretty heavy, so you don't want to overfill them, but they hold up. If you use laminated fabric, can it go in the washing machine? Yes. I would wash it on cold. It can't go in the washing machine. Absolutely. But it's great to have that coated bottom because you can just wipe that off. Really wipe it off if it gets dirty. All right. Bonnie uses her tote a lot. Yes, I think if you make one, you will be using it all the time. I promise you. It's really a great, great little tool to have. Okay, I'm going to show you some more things. I got to get my drink out of the way of the fabric. Okay, so we have some new stuff. I first just wanted to show you we have some new 108s. We always have new 108 fabrics. What is 108s? 108 inches wide fabric, and we have it so it's wide backs for backs of quilts, and we have them cut already into 3-yard increments, which is 108 by 108 inches. And then we also carry them in 1 yard. So that's 36 inches by 108 inches. So
can you put the tote in the dryer?
I probably wouldn't do that. I'm not going to promise that. I don't know what the coated does in the dryer, but I would probably just hang it to dry. Okay, so these are 3 new ones from Kaufman. Beautiful, beautiful colors called Bright Side. So we have the blues with blue flowers. We have the midnight background with multicolored flowers, and then the orchid purple with multicolored flowers. Like I said, both in 3 yards and 1 yard. So that's brand new. And then we have Halloween. Yes. I want to start with the panel. So this line is called Hocus Pocus. It's glow in the dark. And I'm going to tell you, okay, Halloween, I love Halloween. There's different Halloween fabrics. There's really cutesy, kind of kid-friendly Halloween fabrics. And then there's this one that's maybe not so young kid-friendly. it's kind of spooky, extra spooky, and I love it. So we got the witches. This is the panel, so it's actually almost a full yard. And so it's the witches stirring up some things in outside their house. We have the skeleton. We have the mummy peeking through. Skull. Spells. And we have the graveyard. I love this. This one is pretty freaky. And then this one I love too. I love the lime green spiders and the eyeballs. So this is the panel. The panel is separate from the bundle, and then it's a 10-piece bundle. But it's really cool because it's glow in the dark. Glow in the dark, yes. Okay, we'll start with this one. So it's the same witches. So the fabrics kind of mimic the panel a little bit. So we have the witches outside their house, which of course has a graveyard. That's very fitting. We have skulls and pumpkins and spider webs. We have the mummy peeking through. I like that it's tossed, it's not directional. It's really fun. We have the jack-o'-lanterns, kind of spooky ones like that. We have the graveyard scene with just a hint of purple in it. So do you like extra spooky or do you like friendly Halloween? I mean, I like both because I like everything Halloween. We got the skeletons dancing. I think they look like they're dancing. And then the really scary skeletons or scared skeletons on the purple background. We have, of course, some cobwebs, spider webs, and green spiders. And then, last but not least, the eyeballs. Gotta have the eyeballs. Love me some eyeballs. I actually have a little jar filler of eyeballs that I put out for Halloween. You weren't too sure about that when that came.
Candy eyeballs?
No, they weren't candy. Remember, they were just decorations. Oh, you know what? I left one out. I left the mummies out. The mummies with the green eyes.
Don't leave out the mummies.
No, they have to play. Mummies with the green. So, of course, I had to do a fabric pull with this. Not a lot of color in here. Lots of grays. So let's start with just some blacks and grays. This spotted quotation ink is perfect. Black with a little bit of gray, specks of white. It goes really well with all of this. And then I went a little bit medium gray, the Spectrostatic Gunmetal. So it has a little bit of a purplish hue to it. So it works really well with all these kind of little bit of a purple hue. And then we go lighter. The Spectrostatic Tar is kind of that bone color that's everywhere. Bone color. Who thought I'd ever say that? Bumblebee's Light Gray, also that kind of bone color of the skeletons. And then Circle Burst Platinum has a little bit of gray, but it has a very lavenderish hue. So it works great with this stuff. So got some lights, got some extra darks. If you want to throw in some purples and lavenders, we got spotted aubergine. So for this lighter lavender color, and then a little bit pop here of darker, the Spectrostatic Amethyst. I love that with that darker purple in here. And then I had to do some lime green for all these spiders and the eyeballs. So I did canvas chartreuse for a little bit darker one, and then extra bright with a Spectrostatic. I remember, I think it's called, I only have the number here. I don't remember the name of it, but it's the only really bright lime green Spectrostatic. So this is Hocus Pocus. Love it, love it. It's time to start thinking Halloween. Halloween quilts. You don't have to start making them, but you know the fabric is gonna disappear. So, love this. I'm definitely making something spooky out of that. The panel has all kinds of different sized, rectangles, squares, all kinds of different things. So you can use it all on its own and just kind of quilt it and maybe put some fun blocks around it. and make it into a quilt, or just quilt it and put a border on it, or even just a binding and have it a fun wall hanging. So lots of opportunities, lots of, you know, things to play with. All right, this next one is so fun. It just takes me back to Costa Rica, really. But it is called Boskage, and it's by Katerina Rochella for Art Gallery. And it's actually based on, she based it on the island of, exotic island of Borneo. So we have rainforest and wildlife, some jungle vegetation, and even a little bit of animals. And so very kind of bold. I love the greens. So check this one out. We have, this is kind of the main rainforest print. Just beautiful. I love these greens, different types of greens. There's all kinds of greens in here. And then that really nice, almost like a coral red. Just love it, with a little bit of magenta pink in there. So different textures. Here's one of the tone-on-tones with the greens, from the greens. And then we have beautiful birds, macaws, and parakeets, and this is so pretty. I love this, all kinds of birds. So this one is in the kind of the darker greens. We've got a textured print that's linear, so almost like a stripe, but really just works as a great texture. And then we have more of the leaves with berries. We have a little bit of, I think it's a leopard in that red. We have a little bit of a kind of a print, like a tribal print. That's a stripe or a border, but it's really just a texture. It doesn't really read too much as an animal, even though I see it is. We have the leaves with the red hot red flowers on the light background, and then we have these kind of bluish greens, which I love how they connect with the other greens. Nice tone on tones. And then we have a map print of Borneo, so that's pretty cool. So you can love to cut up stuff like that. So very kind of low volume with that, so much action in it. We have a leopard print in here, just to throw in some fun. And then the last print in here is a nice tone-on-tone cream to bring it all together. So this is the bundle. We also do have both of the main prints. So this one in both 1 yards and 3 yards. So this is the lush rainforest. And then we also have the birds in both 1 and 3 yards. So I would love to have this on the back of a quilt. So 3 yards is 108 long by 36, so sometimes 2-3 yards with some scraps will make a great back for the size quilts that I make. So that's why I tend to set some of those cuts aside for me. So I love this, really pretty. So I did do a fabric pull with it, just to kind of even things out. You could of course get more of these if you needed borders or anything else. So these two are from the line. And then I started kind of with the lights. If you wanted to add more lights, if you needed a balance between lights and darks, the Bumbleberries cream is that perfect cream between these guys. And then this one is more creamier, connects to here. This is Canvas French Vanilla. And then we have some of the bluish colors, bluish teal colors. We have Grunge Picnic, which reads very well with this one, and then also the background of the other florals. The Bumbleberry Soft Teal, because it has that variety. Love that in here. And then I went with some greens. Actually, I wanted to pop the bright greens in here, so I went with more of an emerald green. So this is speckled emerald green. And then the Stratosphere Jungle. Jungle, hello. And then, of course, some reds. So I did 2 tones, the Holiday Treats red dots because it's got the lighter and the darker tones, and then the Provisions crimson because it had that more that pinky color that some of the birds and some of the flowers have. So I love this combination. If you wanted to add a stripe to this, I feel like the Andina Vibrant Versata stripe is perfect with all of these colors. So it has the same kind of cream in here. It has the reds and the pinks and everything, and the greens, and even a little bit of blue. So it's all in here. So a really great pull, I feel like. So all of these are going to be on the blog or already there. So you can go check it out if you want to look at it further. If you think you have a plan possibly, or just want to stock up and have it all together. All right, we have one more bundle. Actually, it's 2 bundles, same fabric line. And this is from Libs Elliott for Andover. It's called Beguiled, and we have a dark and a light version. So these are kind of, I would like almost call these basics, because this is something that you can use for so many things. You can pull it in with other stuff, and you can pull any color of the rainbow in here because they are really rainbow. So let me just show you first a little overview before I pull them out. So we have a dark, so they're all black with rainbow prints on them. And then we have the light version, which is the same but the opposite. So do you remember the Kira that I made with the art Theory by Alison Glass? This would make the exact same look. So there's 8 pieces in each bundle, and so I'll just show you the prints. This is show the prints here, and we'll just kind of put them together. We'll do this. So then we have a little bit of a stripe. I love the movement that it has just because the color play in here. And this one I really, really love. So it's rainbow hearts on a black background. And you know we could use that so many times. This one is symbols. Also kind of has that rainbow effect. All these symbols. And we have the symbols in a larger scale. Love that. This is kind of a play on a dot, which makes it so much more fun with all that texture. We have the paint splatters. So cool. And then what I call spatter. I love these. They're just subtle black with that spatter of paint. So I really, really love this print. And we actually have this one in both the 1s and 3 yards because it's just a great basic. So let me put the colored ones. I'll just match up the prints so they are the same prints. So I'll just match them up so you can see. But when I was making the Kira out of the Art Theory, I tried to, of course, never match prints when I was putting a light and a dark together because I wanted to mix it up, put a small scale with a larger scale print, and play with it like that. I kind of also grouped it by from light to dark. So we have the rainbow dot, we have the paint splash, and then we have the spatter. Beautiful. This will be a great background for so many things because you can use it with any color. You pull in any colors. And that's why I purposely didn't do a fabric pull with this, because you can literally pull in any color and play with it. I just wanted to show you we do have these both of these colors in 1 yards and 3 yards. And then we also have the symbols, so both black and white, in 3 yards and 1 yards, and the hearts as well. So the rainbow hearts come in both the black and the white in 1 yards and 3 yards. So that's Beguiled by Libs Elliott. Love it. And of course, this will be cool in a bag, using some of the black coated with it, or the white coated with it, and use the black for the squares. have some fun color for the handles and binding, and then do like a really flashy lining, or use maybe the hearts for the lining. That would be cool. So I'm making all kinds of imaginary bags in my head these days with all this fun stuff. All right, any questions? This is all the new stuff that's in the house.
They love it.
Love it. That's good. That's great. Now, do we have a live winner? So from all of your comments, we always have a live winner. So just randomly chosen from your comments. Oh, and it's Barb Taylor. Congratulations. You've won a $25 gift card. Make sure you send us an email to help@GE Quilt Designs, and we will get you that gift card so you can go shopping as soon as possible. So, all right, any other questions? No? People are loving it. Loving it. Well, we have, oh, you have a question? Is the favorite part of your day when you're choosing fabric pulls? Absolutely. Absolutely. That's my favorite. I mean, if I could do that all day, order fabric all day, and make imaginary quilts, that would be a dream job. Oh, of course, it's also really fun when I get to spend some time in my sewing studio creating new stuff for you guys. So there is going to be a show next week, a big show next Tuesday. We are revealing something that I've been working on. We've been working on for a while, and I think you're going to be excited about it. So check us out next Tuesday for a Tipsy Tuesday show. It's May 18th at 7 p.m. And then, of course, I'll be here a week from today, Friday, Happy Friday show, for May 21st. May is just whooshing by, isn't it?
It's already almost
It
gone.
is whooshing by. It's going to be Memorial Day before we know it. And summer will be in full blast, right? Well, that's it for us. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope it's a little bit warmer and sunnier than from where we are, but we're just going to create our own sunshine and drink our daiquiris. So cheers, everybody. See you next time.